Here we go. 5 to the 5th divided by 5 squared is probably what?
5 cubed.
5 cubed. I don't even care that you know it's 125 or not 125. The idea is, again, describing to you how this 5 is not really considered a number. All right. Now I know it is a number, right? It's the point I'm trying to make is that 2 makes it an exponential. The 5 makes it an exponential. So when you're dividing, all you have to do is subtract the exponents. All right. So for number 3, let's start over here today this time. Nora, what do we got for number 3? What is that answer? Yes, p cubed, n cubed. What?
I do want to know, like, how do you know? Well, how would it not be like being negative for you?
Okay, let me explain this now. This will help you. Does that make sense what I just did there?
Yeah.
Now look what happens. Please, this is how I learned. All right. I tell kids all the time, there was no way for me not to do well because I could just figure it out. This P and this P cancels, this P and this P cancels, this N cancels. Is there anything left in the bottom?
No.
No. But you are dividing, right?
Yeah.
That's why there's technically a what? What's technically on the bottom?
A 1.
A 1. Thank you. All right. Now, there are how many left on the top? And how many on the top? There you have it. Just like that.
Bigger number of them.
Yes, that's exactly correct. That's how you want to think about it. All right. Mikey, you're up. Number 5.
I got x to the 0 and y to the 1.
Yes. Now, x to the 0, anything to the 0 power is always what? 1. So we don't have to put that down. All right. Nope. Don't put anything. X to the 0 is the same as 1. So your final answer is just y. Your final answer on that is just y. If you didn't know that, you can make yourself a note. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay. So now what you're doing is we're jumping down to number 7. You're supposed to give your thoughts, what you think on number 7, and then we discuss it. All right. So Max, come on, get this right.
Would be y squared.
That's it. Very nice. That's all there is to it. All right. Now, Aiden, my recommendation for number 9, before you should simplify first. Simplify what's inside first. What does that simplify to? Can I reduce the 4/3?
No.
No. So you leave it as 4/3. What happens to the p's?
The P's, oh, I see, it's,
How many p's are on the top?
it'd be 2P,
Yes. But you're going to say it as p squared.
Mhm.
And what about the r's?
and then R squared.
And then r squared. So everybody write that first. Now we do the exponent. All right. Now you're supposed to tell me what's 4 cubed. Do you know?
64,
64. What's 3 cubed?
it'd be 27,
And then p to the
6,
6th. R to the,
6.
that's how easy it is. All right. That's how easy. All right. Power to power, multiply the numbers. All right. P squared and r squared are exponents. Cube is an exponent. Power to power, multiply. What?
Why isn't it 4 p?
I don't want it to be something else.
No, here.
4 cubed is what, Oliver?
12. Oh, 16.
If you don't know, use your
Oh,
calculator.
64. But then why isn't it p?
I said power to a power. What do you do to those numbers, Oliver? Multiply them.
Okay, so why is
That's
it,
what we did yesterday.
so why is it 2 then?
I don't know what you mean. Why is it
Why is
2?
it 2?
Why is it p squared?
Yeah.
Because over here it's 4 and 2.
Because it's still a fraction.
Oliver, what do you mean it's still over a fraction?
What,
What, did you understand 7? Did you understand 5? Did you understand 3?
Yeah.
What is the problem with number 9?
Never mind.
P to the 4th over P squared is P squared. P to the R to the 4th over R squared is R squared. Subtract the exponents. All right. Austin, let's go.
I did one. Or to.
Good.
That into the two,
Yes.
and then I'll subtract the one. Alright, I'll do it. Then with the multiply it by 4
So what is that?
as
What's 3 to the 4th?
3 to 4 is.
Watch this. Look right here. Look right here. I'm showing you. 3 times 3 is what? 3 times 3 is what?
3 times 2.
9 times 9. 3 to the 4th is 81. It's easier sometimes to multiply them 2 at a time. And then what is 2 to the 4th?
2 to the 4 is 32.
2 times 2. 2 times 2. 4 times 4.
So,
There you go. 16. And then R to the what?
Then R to the 4.
And then N to the
Third 8.
8. Okay. So now we're having problems with negative exponents. So I need everybody to look up on the board. I'm going to try to show you how easy negative exponents are. And everyone has trouble with negative exponents. As soon as my teacher showed me the pattern, I never forgot it. It was easy. Completely understandable. All right. So what I need everybody to do is look this. Somebody tell me what 2 to the 4th is again. 16. What's 2 cubed? 8. What's 2 squared? What's 2 to the 1st?
2.
Now, this is how they figured out what anything to the 0 power, because they look at patterns in math. All right. So with that, 2 to the 0 must have been what?
1.
Why?
Because it's out of 2.
Yeah, exactly. You're following the pattern. Very good. From here to here, here to here, here to here. I'm dividing by 2. Now, because you want to be a thinker, all right, we're going to put 1 down. And then the next question is what?
2 to the negative 1.
2 to the negative 1 for those of you guys who can think. Now, don't say what you think 2 to the negative 1 is. Don't give me that. Tell me what you know it is.
0.5. 1.
Tell me, why is it 1?
Because you're multiplying by 0.5, and so 2 times 0.5 is 1. Negative 1?
What? You're stop just saying things. Tell me what you're doing. No. I'm asking you from here to here, Oliver. I'm believing you. All right, I'm believing you. But how did we get from here to here? So what? So then 2 to the negative 1 is what?
5.5.
Yes, which is what? 1/2. I don't understand what some of you guys are saying. Right, we're following the pattern. Each time, what do? Divide by 2. Right? So now if I say what's 2 to the negative 2, what's 1/2 divided by 2? 1/4. So now 1/4 is the same as 1 over 2 squared. So they figured out, wow, that's pretty cool. If you have a negative exponent, you move it. If it's in the numerator, you just throw it down where? To the denominator and make it positive. That's how easy it is. That's it. That's all there is to it. All right. So whenever you have a negative exponent, you must move it. If it's on the bottom, you move it where? To the top. If it's on the top, you move it to the bottom. So now that I did a great explanation on that, who's up? Who? Aiden? No. Aiden did one.
Oh, okay, then hold on.
13. Austin, did you do one yet? Okay, so then
Who's that?
Ryan, you're up. Tell me what to do with 2 to the -3.
As we just assumed, we need to move it.
Move it. So where's it go?
On the numerator.
Right. And that's how you move it. Just like that. Nothing special. From there, 2 squared times 2 cubed is what?
Or 4 times 8.
Nope. What is it?
So 2
2 to the 5th power. We don't multiply these numbers together. Do not multiply them together. They're not numbers to be multiplied because they have an exponent. 2 squared times 2 cubed is 2 to the 5th. All right, here we go. 15. What do I do? Yes. And so you would have what on the bottom? Exactly. What's on the top, though? 1. Beautiful. So my final answer is where at? Yes. So the answer is 1 over p to the 11th. 1 over p to the 11th.
Do you need to bring down the P from the top too, or do you just?
I did. I brought this whole thing down here.
Okay.
You
All
only
right.
put like a fraction of the limit all.
That's the answer. All right, let's check out 17 now. Anything to the 0 power is what? All of this right here is 1. Shh. It's not your turn. 1 over 4w -1 y squared. Now what I need to do?
You bring the
Yes,
W -1.
that's right. You bring w to the -1 to the top. So what does that become?
That becomes 1 times
Yes,
W to the negative, or W,
right? And then,
and then it's 4y too.
yes, that's all there is to it, guys. That's it. All right. That's all there was. Anything that has a negative exponent must be moved. All right, 19.
Sure.
What?
Why do we move the W -1 up? Why do we just make it -1? So that's what we do when there's.
That's not what we do. Nope, that's the rule. If it has a negative exponent, it must be moved.
Okay.
Next, what am I looking at?
Would you move the negative exponent of parentheses?
That's exactly right.
X to be X over, X 4 power, I mean, so X to the 4 power.
And then?
X squared
Yes.
equal over 1.
Yeah, but who cares? Yeah,
So this would be,
equals.
X to the 6.
right. What happened to y to the 0?
Which is 1.
Cancel.
It's 1. That's right.
Wait,
Wait, what am I waiting on?
oh, how does the turn into multiplication?
I don't know what that means. How does that turn into multiplication?
Oh, okay, how does it go?
What's connected here? This is all multiplication.
Yeah, so like when you bring that number up, why is it like? Why isn't it?
Well, what do you want it to be?
Well, shouldn't it be like? So you're probably right.
No, I'm not probably right. Definitely not probably.
You're definitely.
Definitely right. Thank you. Music to my ears. All right, over here, 21. We have a little bit of a problem here. All right, please. There's lots of ways to do it. In my opinion, I'm going to show you this one. All right. So is there anything that has to be moved in this piece of the puzzle right here? No. So I want that to be 9r squared t squared. Now, please look at u to the -4. Where does that go? Underneath, right? So I'm just going to drop down and put u to the 4th. Now I'm looking at r to the -1. That goes up as a what? R, right? I like that. R to the 1st if you want. What happens to t squared and u to the 7th? They stay. That's it, guys. Please, come on. It just takes practice and you'll get it. All right, everybody in here can follow directions and follow rules. All right, that's how simple it is. All right, now from there, all right, the numerator. Is there anything I can do with the numbers? What numbers am I talking about? Just what? 9. That's a number. Everything else is an exponent. So 9 stays. How many R's on the top now? 3. What happens to the T squared?
Say, cancel.
Cancels. And then on the bottom,
You add the U's together.
U to the 11th. All right, that takes some patience, guys. You can't rush through it. Super easy. If it has a negative exponent, you have to move it. All right. Come on, these are really important. What?
And you know when you're adding.
Multiplying is what? Adding exponents. Dividing is subtracting exponents. Power to a power is multiplying
Oh,
exponents.
all right.
You with me on this? All right, keep practicing. All right, now Oliver, 23. Uh-oh. You got an easy one. It's just 1. That's it. You're exactly correct. 1.
What?
Very good.
What?
1.
Okay, come on, can I actually do a hard one?
What is that answer?
You just said it's 1,
Why?
because you just said it.
I say lots of things, Oliver. I don't want you just to accept it as true. I want you to say, man, he's a good math teacher. Obviously, that's 1. Why would I think anything different? That's really what I would like.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So why is it 1? That's why I'm asking.
Well, because the 0 is almost like a 0 at the top.
Yes, listen carefully. The whole thing is being raised to the 0 power. So that means everything is what? Everything is a 1. It seems as though something to the 0 power should be 0. But if you forget, type it on the calculator. 5 to the 0, 1, 10 to the 0, 1. No matter what you write to the 0 power, it will be a 1. And then if you don't know what something to the 1st power is, just type in 5 to the 1st. It'll tell you it's 5. 10 to the 1st, it will tell you it's 10, and so on. All right. So now, Oliver, 25, please be careful. What is it?
6.
Anybody else? Just 6. If you wanted to say 6 to the 1st, I'm happy with that. All right,
6.
just 6. Oliver, what's 27?
X to the 2nd.
X to the 2nd power. Thank you. All right, Sophia, tell me about 29, kiddo.
M to the negative.
Yes, but we don't like negative exponents for some reason. All right, you are 100% correct. It could be m to the negative 2.
Negative M to the
Now, the negative power here just means you move it. So if it has a negative exponent, it must be moved. So because it's m to the negative 2, let me just do this real quick. Because it's m to the negative 2, I want you to say, because it has a negative exponent, I'm just going to move it to the bottom. And that's the answer. 1 over m squared. 1 over m squared. All right, Mr. Cappy, go.
That'd be 12 and
Wait a minute. What fraction am I looking at?
30.
Yes. What's the fraction?
12 into the 5 over.
No, I'm asking you, what's the fraction? The numbers. We always deal with numbers first.
Oh, that could be.
Yes. What kind of 3?
Mm,
Is it the number 3 as in 3, or is it the number 1/3? Why?
because it's a fraction.
Yeah, it's a fraction. 12 over 36 reduces to 1/3. Don't lose sight of the fact that you have to treat the numbers the way you've always treated the numbers. 12 over 36 reduces to 1/3. Now what?
Or would that just be n over 4 or n4?
Into the 4th power, we say. Okay. Oh, come on now. Into the 4th. Now, again, guys, you're supposed to be practicing as you go. All right, here we go. Help me. Next.
Would it be A to the 2nd and B to the 3rd?
That's how easy. Do I need a fraction bar? No, because what's on the bottom? A 1. Thank you. I told you guys, easy. All right, 35. Give me some help here, please. Do the numbers first. You are right. -3. Beautiful. Now what? Right? And it's X. I'm happy with that. Come on, guys. It's easy. It's easy. It's super easy. It's embarrassing. Kids don't know this. All right. Seriously, you can just figure it out. Easy. All right. Over here. Tell me what this is. Nora, you're up.
16.
16 over.
Oh, sorry. 16 or 14.
Over what?
14.
Oh, sorry.
Shh. 16. Now look, notice what I'm doing. I'm doing the numbers first. I'm doing the numbers first. All right. Now I do the variables. So,
14.
and
R to the 14.
yes, thank you. All right, here we go. Mikey, what's 8?
It's 4.
What is this?
Oh, would that be 2?
What are you talking about?
Oh, wait. 1 4. 1 4.
For which one? Which one are we doing?
39.
So we have a negative exponent. It's the
Oh,
same.
you need to move it.
Yeah, so what is it?
So it would be 1 over 8 to the 8 squared.
That's it. That's it. 1 over 8 squared. If you want to write 1 over 64, that's not the intent of the lesson. It's your understanding of negative exponents. All right, so if you wrote 1 over 64, that's okay, but we're just doing the intent. All right, now here we go. Max, look at 41, please. What's true about 9 and 11? They're both being raised to what power?
Negative.
They're both being raised to the -1. So what do I have to do with both numbers?
Multiply them by -1.
Definitely not multiplying by -1. Negative exponents. When you have a negative exponent, you have to do what?
Switch them.
Switch them. That is correct. That's the answer. All right, that's the answer. So my answer is just what?
11 over 9.
That is the answer. 11 over 9. If you want to put to the first power, you'd look kind of silly, but at least you would understand what you did. 11 over 9. That's how easy. Easy. All right, here we go. Now we're getting some old stomping ground here. What do we got here, Aiden?
It would be. It's simplified to.
K to the. What am I supposed to do when I multiply? What do I do to exponents? Yes, -2, which then changes to.
It'd be 1 over K2.
You're amazing. 1 over K squared. 1 over K squared. Does anybody have any issues with that? All right. Give me the answer to 45, please. Austin, let's go.
F to 1 over F to the third.
1 over F to the what? I want you to practice. Look at this. See this? I'm bringing it down.
So then you just add it.
Yeah, so it would be
Oh, I
what?
thought you just added
I know what you did. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh,
F to the
F
what? That's why I tell kids, don't try to simplify if it has a negative exponent. Move it. All right, move it first. That will avoid little mistakes. All right, if it has a negative exponent, just change it. If it's in the numerator, put it in the denominator. If it's in the denominator, put it in the numerator. All right, here we go. Ryan, what am I moving here, please?
H3, H2 right there.
So the final answer is,
G4.
yep.
H squared.
And then,
With the denominator.
yes, that's how easy. Nothing to it. Nothing to it. All right. So 49, tell me what I can do. This crosses out, right? But let's attack the numbers first. So what does that become? Yes, ma'am. Now what happens?
Yeah.
Yep. So how many would there be on the bottom? U to the fourth. No 5, right? Because we crossed it out, right? So look at me, guys. Do I want you really to say, okay, let's put U to the 1 on the bottom? Do I want you to? No, I want you to say, I know if I have a negative exponent, I move it to the bottom. So that creates U to the 4th on the bottom. Everybody agreeing with that?
Yeah.
All right. What's next? 51. Let's have some more fun. Go. Attack the numbers. What?
Hi, Mr. Schwillen.
Attack the numbers first. What do I got? Shh.
3 to 27.
I'm on 51. Am I not?
Yeah.
So what is 6 over 54?
Oh, 9.
Just 9 on the top or the bottom?
9 on the bottom.
Right. So I would like you to say 6 over 54 is 1/9. Think back to 5th grade. All right. Some of you had a little trouble. I know. Shining right through right now.
Cross out.
F's cross out. How many G's?
G8.
8. Nice.
And then
Shh.
H8.
H what?
H to the 8.
H what? Shh.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 2H.
H what?
H to the power of 2.
Thank you. G to the 8. H squared over 9. Brilliant. All right. Let's see. Next. Go.
It would be 9.
Where is 9?
Oh, no. 3 times 3 is 27
27. Where's that going?
at the bottom.
And then,
27 R 3,
yes.
and then R below them.
Final answer.
27 R1.
What? 27R1. That's what you just said.
Yeah.
That's absolutely incorrect. Where does the 27 go?
Oh,
Oh, where does that go? That doesn't help me. I said, where does R go? You said, oh, what does that mean?
it on the bottom.
On the bottom, because it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
So now what's on the top?
27.
You just told me 27 was on the bottom. What is, I'm so confused. Yes, and what? What's on the top? Yes, thank you. All right, that was nice. That was nice. All right, 55. All right, Oliver, let's see if you've been listening.
Huh?
What should I do with this right here? Yeah, now listen to me, guys. Hey, everybody's got to listen. Does everybody say I try to stay consistent, correct? I try to do the same thing every time, right? Now, the problem is that I have negative exponents in here. Do you agree? And I have a positive exponent, and this is negative. So in my opinion, in this case, because there's a mixture, it's easier just to do the power to the power first. All right, now you're not going to always remember that, but eventually with experience, you'll be able to understand what I'm saying, right? So I always try to find the easiest way. So right now, J -1 to the -4 is what, Oliver? The same as what? J to the what? Fourth. And then K to the what?
12.
What kind of 12?
Positive.
Why positive?
Negative exponent.
What does that
Okay,
mean?
so -3 to -1, that's -3.
I'm asking you about the K.
Yeah.
K cubed. What is that, Oliver?
3,
Times what?
4 is 12.
Why are you not saying -4?
Because it's a positive exponent.
What is it?
It's no, sorry, it's an even exponent. So it's gonna be positive.
No, Oliver, what's the rule? Power to a power, what do you do?
Multiply,
So what is it?
-12. Okay, am I just not 3 times 4 is 12, yes?
It's negative 12, Oliver.
But I was going crazy for a second.
All right. Here we have j cubed over k cubed. Now, simplify.
Okay,
What can I do to the
so-
j's,
So that's J.
right? And what
then you have a
happens?
negative there, so you're gonna add that to the bottom, so J over K to the K.
Thank you, Oliver. That's how I want you to act. Perfect. That's it. Perfect. All right. Now, let's go ahead and just see how all this over here is annoying, right? There's so many ways to do this. I don't even care how you do it.
K, Q to the fifth.
Yes, that's how I would have done it. Q to the fifth, then what? Yes, don't try to do too many things at once. Then what? Yes. Yes, very nice, kiddo. Now what do I do?
Q to the negative, up to the top.
Right. Exactly. Very nice. Q to the 10th over R to the what? I forgot. I marked this as incorrect. That was -5. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Shh. I moved it down so it was R to the 15th, I thought. Shh. You see that, Sophia?
Yeah.
Do you agree with me or not?
Yeah.
So it'd be R to the what? 20. 10 plus 15.
Oh.
Do you see what I'm saying? Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. Don't try to do too much at once. All right. That was kind of hard. Hopefully you feel okay about it.
Oh.
All right, Mr. Cappy. Now, again, guys, this is everybody put down here. This is kind of like an algebra 2 problem. All right. This is a really nice problem. All right. Now, Mr. Cappy, do you agree most of them are positive exponents here?
Yeah,
So what can I do to this z to the -2?
you can make that a positive.
Right. So I cross this out and put it on the top. So how many z's will be on the top?
5.
Why?
We'll get that added to the original.
And how many z's is this up here?
1.
So if I move it up, there'll be how many?
5.
Why 5?
Well, Z. Oh, well, that'd be 4.
Why 4? I don't even care. I'm asking you, why is it 4 or why is it 5? It doesn't matter what you say. I'm going to say, what is it and why?
Well, because, well, if you move Z to the 4th up there.
Why is z to the 4th being moved up? I don't see z to the 4th.
Well, it's Z.
Oh, okay. See, this is why I'm asking. This is why I'm asking, because I don't understand, right? You're doing it a little bit differently. What I'm suggesting now is this. Please listen, everybody. This one's a little bit harder. All right. Does you agree this is the only one with the negative exponents?
Yeah.
So my advice would be just take this and push it up and make this z squared up here.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's easier, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So now watch me. I'm going to have 2x cubed y squared z to the 3rd over 3x to the 4th y. Now, all of that's to the -2, but I don't really care about that. I'm still going to try to continue to simplify this in here.
So you can make that Y over 1. Or,
Yes. So let's look at the numbers. Fraction still stays. Is that us?
yeah.
That just hold on. Just let's finish this one problem. Then I'll say no homework. 2 over 3. Now, what happens to the x cubed and the x to the 4th?
It become there's no more X's on the top.
There's an x on the bottom. And what about the y?
The Y would become a Y.
And then z cubed, right? All of that to the -2. Now, because everything is to the -2, we just have to switch everything. 3x over 2y z cubed squared now. Once you flip it, it just becomes squared. Okay, now when I square that, that becomes 9x squared over 4y squared z to the 6th.
Why is it 6?
Because 3 times 2 is 6.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good timing. If you want, all right, look over, all right, a little bit. All right, I'm pretty happy with that.
Walleye, Mr. Sharp.
Well, you guys have a nice weekend. No homework.
And you like.
Oh, yeah, thank you. You're welcome, guys.
It's still.
No, it's not that hard.
It's still. There. You could, you know, I park. Yeah. I like. What?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. You can borrow one since you asked.
Thanks. Well, all of
As long as you don't wear those ugly shorts anymore. Why would you do that to yourself?
When you wear tights.
No, yeah, that's it. All right, here we go. Now, again, like I was saying, please, guys, we did yesterday. All right, we did multiplication. What do we do with exponents when we multiply? Add. Power to power is multiplying. So now if we divide, what are we doing? Subtracting. All right. So please come on now. Stay with it. It just requires you to go through a bunch of problems and it gets in your brain. All right. I've always said, I don't know why you don't know this. All right. You could figure it out if you needed to. So here we go. Let's jump to number 2. All right. And m to the 6th over m to the 4th. London, tell me, what are you thinking? You are amazing. M to the 2nd. That is correct. All right, we're just subtracting 6 minus 4. I don't know what your answer or question could possibly be.
I just had a question. So if it were to be,
No, we're going to get to all the examples. All right. Number 4, what is a squared divided by a? James.
A to the first.
A to the first. Is it necessary to put a to the first? No, it's just good to write it so you understand that you did what? You subtracted. That's it. All right. Now treat numbers like numbers and variables like variables. Now, some people don't understand what I'm saying, but I see the fraction what? Negative 2 over 14. You just look at that independently. And what does that reduce to? Noah's asking you. Yes, negative 1 over 7. That is the correct answer so far. Now, what happens to the y's? And what's the answer? Yes, y to the 2nd. I'm happy with that. Anybody have any issues? Come on now, remember, please try before Mr. Ward tells us the next answer. No, because look, listen to me. If I said to you the fraction 2/14, some of you used to put 7 down. Right? Because they don't understand that it's not 7. All right? 2/14 reduces to 1/7, not to 7. Do you agree with me now? All right, that was a good question. All right, next, number 8. Now, listen to what I'm saying. First, in this case, we're going to reduce this fraction. Simplify what's inside first. Is there anything I can do with the 2? No. Is there anything I can do with the 2? Say no. No. Now, look at the A's. What can I do to the A's? Shh. Yes, to a what? That's correct. And is there anything I can do with the B? No. Now, please listen to me. Don't just write 2AB because I wrote 2AB if you don't know. You understand that? Now I'm raising it to the 3rd power. So now we rely on yesterday's information. What is 2 cubed? No, it's not. Shh. No. What is 2 cubed? Why? Why? Don't tell me because I would add. What does 2 cubed mean? And what's 2 times 2 times 2? 8. You with me now, right? All right, that's why I'm saying silly mistakes. 8a to the what power? And then b to the what power? B to the what power? 3rd. Why is it 3rd? Yes, 3 times 1. All right, ask me a good question, please.
So how'd you get the single A when
Because there's a 2 here and a 1 here. Look, you need to learn to do. I can't send you to high school and no, listen to me. I don't want to clarify for you. I want you to go when you get to high school and your teacher writes a squared over a and they put down a to the first. You're like, wow, my teacher must mean that I'm subtracting exponents. That's called learning, not raising your hand every time you're unclear about something. Figure it out. That's what I need you to be able to do. You got to look at my responses and my answers, know that they are correct, and then say, how did the guy get that? You need to make observations on your own. Apply that. Your brain starts making connections. If you don't ever try to make a connection, you're not getting smarter. You try to do it. All right. Now we're going to simplify it in. You got a good one here. Hold on a minute. Putting this in first and here. And I'm asking you to simplify the number. Is there anything I can simplify? I'm asking you a question. Is there anything I can do with the number 2? Is there another number in there? No, that's right. I was glad you said no because 5 is not a number. 5 is an exponent. 3 is an exponent. So we just leave 2. Now, please tell me, come on now, what is going on with r to the 5th and r to the 4th? What do I do with exponents when we're dividing? Right, so yes, exactly. And now what happens to the w's? They cancel. Wow. That's what I'm saying. Slow down and listen. Write information down. Now, is there really anything on the bottom? No. So because there's nothing on the bottom, I can just eliminate that. I'm going to shrink this down and I'm going to put this to the 4th power. Okay. Now you got your calculator for all the calculations. Now I need everyone to make sure that you can do 2 to the 4th on the calculator. So try it. Even though you might know what the answer is, double check that you can use your calculator properly. And what is that? No, 16. And then it would be, but you forgot the letter. No, you're good, girl. Come on. Every single problem, write things out. What? What is the rule? Yes, multiply. And that's what I used to say. Multiply, 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 power to power, multiply. Power to power, multiply. Dividing is what? Addition is what? No, multiplication is what? Addition. That doesn't sound right to the average person because they don't know we're talking about exponents, right? If you understand we're talking about exponents, you just listed off the rules. All right, come on, kiddo.
you can combine the n
So how many n's would I have?
n to the 4th
You're amazing.
and r to the 4th.
Good job.
Then there's nothing for t.
Is there anything on the bottom? No. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. What?
What do you mean? R to the 4th over n to the 4th?
Where are there more n's on the top or the bottom?
Because
I'm asking you a question. Don't tell me what you think. I ask you a question. How many n's are on the top? How many are on the bottom? So the answer has to be where? Yes. You see what I mean? Because there's more on the top. To me, that was logical also. Makes sense. There's more on the top, leave it at the top. There's more on the bottom, leave it on the bottom. There you have it. All right, now I got in some negative exponents, kiddos. Everybody's got to look up on this. Negative exponents. You have to move them. If you have a negative exponent, you move it. If it's on the bottom, you move it to the top. If it's on the top, you move it to the, there you go. So what am I going to do with m to the -4? Move it where? And when I move it to the top, it becomes positive. So now the answer to 14 is what? What's the answer to 14, please? M to the 5th. That is correct. M to the 5th. Now's the time you can say, okay, that was a little different. I'm not sure what you're talking about. How did you get that? Anybody have any issues? Because you listened to me. If it has a negative exponent, you have to move it. And this is m to the 1st. Okay, so now, Maggie, what's true? They both have what? So because they both have negatives, they both have to what? Move. So when I move them, what happens? Shh, shh, shh.
The bottom goes to the top,
And the
top goes to the bottom.
and so when I put this to the top, it's going to be b to the what on the top? Yes, and on the bottom. You are amazing. Final answer. Yes, very nice thinking. Very nice work. Now, listen, I'm trying to talk to some of you on the sly here. Right? You sit there, right? And you're not asking me questions. Right? And you're not getting better. I got a little bit more time to try to help. All right, you got to be brave. Raise your hand if you're not sure about something. All right, I don't want you to sit there. All right, and not know something. Come on now. Anybody? All right. Here we go. 18. Who's up? London, did you do one yet? You just did the last one?
I didn't do the last one.
Who did I miss? Oh, okay. I'm out of sorts here. Did you do one yet?
It's now.
Oh, okay. Addison, tell me what to do here, kiddo. What happens to these guys? I have to move them where? To the top. Everybody's seeing that, right? That whole thing is negative, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just rewrite this as a squared b cubed squared ab squared. Did everybody agree with that? All right, now Miss Clifton, help me out. What is this going to simplify to? You are amazing, girl. Very nice. Now, what's the other side over here? You are amazing, girl. And now what? So it becomes a to the, yes, ma'am. You are amazing. That's it. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. All right. Now, as I'm going down, it's starting to get a little bit harder. All right. It's just rules, though. All right, here we go. No, I think it's over here. All right, now listen carefully, please. All right. Now, we have to do these because of order of operation. You hear me? Right? I can't just move things, right? Because I can't just move a to the -1 to the bottom because there's a square connected to it. Does everybody agree with that? So what I want you to do now is understand this. We have to square first this time. So what is, help me, what is this?
Oh, 6 on 6 is 36.
Yes, sir. Then it would be a to the what?
Negative.
Yes. And then b to the what?
B to the second.
That's correct. And on the bottom, it would be?
Oh, so it's with it, so it'd just be B to 16, or, oh no, parentheses first,
So what do we do? Power to a power.
multiply, 8.
Yes, there you go. All right, everybody, look at that. Now, which one has a negative exponent? Shh. I'm listening.
The top,
Right, so what do I have to do to that?
and
Where?
bottom,
So it becomes,
positive.
right. Now what can I do to the, what did I? So now, sorry, this looks like a B. So now what's my final answer?
Right, so. Is it 36?
Yes,
Just 36.
exactly, over,
Over. So the B, so it's gonna be negative.
no. How many B's on the bottom? We don't have negatives. So do,
It's 6.
yes, like this, make sure, no negative exponents. There's more B's on the bottom, so leave it at the bottom. Right, do we agree? More B's on the bottom, so leave it at the bottom. Okay. Good for you. Because 36 doesn't have a negative exponent. 36 is to a positive exponent. You hear me? Makes sense now, right? Right? All right, keep asking. All right, here we go. Let's see what you got. What, first of all, I know I don't want to interrupt, but what do I have to do to all this?
You have to move it to.
Yeah, move it to the top, guys. Move everything to the top. All right. And then all of this goes where? And all of that goes to the bottom. Right? So I have m squared t cubed over m cubed t to the fifth. Now, come on.
Then we just be m to the first and b to the second.
You agree it's on the bottom?
Mhm.
Is that good for you or not? You look like, you sure? All right, anybody have any question with 22? Anybody have a question with 22? What?
So you said like if it's negative, you just keep it on the bottom,
No, I didn't say that.
wait. Wait, is that a one on top of the two?
Yes.
Right, because there's nothing left, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the fraction 2/4. We don't say it's 2, we say it's 1/2. Agreed? All right, help me. What do I have to do with all of this?
We have to multiply by -3 or -2.
What do I have to do with everything though?
Move it to the bottom.
Yeah, move to the bottom. So I'd like everybody to do that. 1/4m to the -6 n to the fourth parentheses -2m n squared cubed.
One.
You with me on this? So far, so good.
Yeah, we have positive n2, wouldn't that go? Wouldn't that stay at the top?
No, this whole thing right here. Come on, I understand the difficulty. This whole thing is to the -3, right?
I guess we move it to the bottom.
The whole thing goes to the bottom. That was hard. Okay. Now, what I want you to look at, tell me.
Top's negative, bring it all down, but don't bring the bottom up.
Right. Now, what is on the bottom that has a negative exponent though? What has a negative exponent on the bottom? M to the what? So where does that m to the -6 go? Where? On the top, thank you. It goes on the top, so I'm going to put it m to the 6th on the top. 4 n to the 4th. Now I have to do this right here. All right, come on. What's that? What, what's -2 to the 3rd power? -8. And then what's this to that power?
That'd be -6.
M to the,
N to the third,
yes.
then n to the -6.
N to the what?
-6,
Why are you saying -6?
because it's still in parentheses, and it's
Right, so 2 times 3 is what? Why is it negative?
on the top, positive.
Yeah, it's on, you see what I'm, no, so I'm not sure if I'm helping you. So I'm trying to make sure, right?
Yeah.
I don't care where it is on the top or the bottom. I just care that I see a 2 to the third. That's why 2 times 3 is 6. You agree with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got that ironed out. All right, let's look at the numbers. What two numbers are on the bottom? What two numbers on the bottom, guys? 4 and -8. What am I doing with those? Multiplying. The whole thing's multiplication. Do we agree? So multiply this. What do we get?
Mhm. -32.
-32. You agree with that?
Yeah.
How many ends are on the bottom?
2,
Altogether, then we would have how many?
2n.
Mm-mm. What's n to the fourth times n to the sixth?
10,
Yes, sir. And what happens to the m's? How many do I have on top?
6,
How many do I have on the bottom?
3,
So altogether,
3,
where?
bottom, on the top.
On the top, because there's more m's on the top. All right, your head should be hurting a little bit. All right, it's confusing. Definitely. All right, definitely. All right, we're gonna practice, don't worry. Number 26, Taj, this one's an easy one. What is it?
9 to the 4.
9 to the fourth power. Notice 9 is not a number right now. 9 is a base. It's an exponent. There's a 12 and an 8. When you divide, what do you do to exponents? And what happens to the base? It stays the same. It stays the same. All right, so Tosh, do 28 again.
That would be 1 over t to the 2.
Exactly correct. Thank you, sir. 1 over t squared. Anybody have any issues with that? What?
I was a little bit, cause like I got that.
You're asked, that's not a question. I want you to say, hey, can you please help me understand?
It was for 26, it's just like, could 9 divide by 9? But, so you're keeping 9.
Okay, if I said to you this. 2,
Oh, it's a base.
yes, it's not a number, right? That, and listen to me, I'm giving you a hard time because I want you to try to remember that. These are not numbers. That's when I say that, people look at me like, you're an idiot. That's a 9, that's a number. Right, but it's not. It's a base of an exponent. The bases remain the same. It doesn't matter if it's a variable or an exponent or a number. All right, they stay the same. Thank you. All right, guys. Now 30. Go ahead. Now you're up, Miss.
I did 3.
3D is beautiful. 3D is perfect. You okay? Anybody have any problems with 3D? Do the numbers, then do the variables. All right, London, let's go over to you, kiddo. What's happening here?
So you cross out the W.
You definitely cross out the W's.
Right.
You are amazing, girl. That's exactly correct. Come on now. Make yourself some notes. If you're not sure about something, don't write my answers. All right, James, help me out. It would be m to the fourth. I'm happy with that. All right, let's knock out 36. Looks like you got a hard one, but it's really simple. Go.
Okay, so -4
-4
x
x to the second.
y.
And then, look, you don't even, I mean, that's just, why waste any time at all? That's correct. I don't need anything on the bottom, right? Because it's all a 1. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, now, come on, Mr. Ward, what did I tell you about negative exponents? We have to do what to them? Yes, but what do I have to do to make it a positive? Move it. Yes, come on. That's what I need you to say. Move negative exponents. You move negative exponents. So where do I put it? As? Right, 4 to the 4th. What's in the numerator though? No. What's in the numerator? 1. Right, when everything goes away, there's a 1 because we're dividing. All right, because we are dividing. All right. I believe that, and you have a right to be confused. So here we go. Listen to me. This -2, do you see it's negative? What do I tell you when something is negative? What do we do? Over here, what do we do? So to make it positive, what do I do? Switched it.
Oh,
Anytime you have a negative exponent, it must be moved. If it's on the top, you move it to the what? If it's on the bottom, you move it to the yes. So now, these both have a -2 exponent. These both have a -2 exponent. So they both need to be what? They both need to be moved. That is correct. They both need to be moved. So where am I going to put the 5? Yes. And what am I going to put the top or the 3 on the top? Now put parentheses around it and then you square. That's how you solve a fraction that is to a negative exponent. Now what's 3 squared? Yeah. And then you square them individually. 3 squared.
oh, wait, no.
Right? And then you just did it again. You're not.
Oh,
no.
so it's like.
There you go. There you go. Now let's say you're think I'm crazy and you don't even believe me. So what I need everybody to do now is I need to put everybody put a parentheses on their calculator. Open up parentheses. Then open up a fraction. I'm showing you alpha x, right? That pulls up the fraction, right? Then type in 5/3, close parentheses, and then square. And tell me what it equals. No, it doesn't.
45/3.
I want you to do right. Come on, guys, do it right, right? Everybody type in 5/3 to the -2. Now I'm showing you how I need the fractions, right? Everybody do parentheses 5/3, close parentheses, -2, and it should come out to be 9/25. Right? All right, here we go. 42. Come on, Maggie. What do I have to do? That's right. Where's that going? And it's going to be h to the. So all together. How much? I didn't hear you, honestly.
2h to the 9.
Why 2?
Oh, wait, no, h to the 9.
Why? Because it's 1 times 1. You're multiplying numbers. H to the 9th. Please, come on, guys. I know some of you sitting there staring, and you know what? I'm not going to beg. If you don't know what you're doing, you got to ask. Right? You have to ask. Anything with a negative exponent must be moved. That's the rule. All right, Miss Clifton. Whatever has a negative exponent must be moved. So tell me the answer. First of all, does K have a negative exponent? So where does that go? To the bottom. What about the next one? Bring it to the bottom also. Yes, that's it. Come on, that's easy. That's easy. All right, number 46, it's embarrassingly easy. Anything to the 0 power is 1. If you forget, you can use your calculator. So all 46 is just one. 46 is just one. All right, come on. Look at the numbers. Do the numbers first. So what is that?
Oh, wait.
No, I'm just asking about the numbers. 15 divided by 5 is what? Now, I used to like to write 3/1 so I could tell myself I handled the numbers. Now, what about the x's?
Okay, that is, 5.
Yes. Uh-oh, what happens to the y's? Nope.
Oh, sorry. You have to move.
Move them. So it becomes how many on the top? And
Sorry. And then
you
on
did
the bottom,
great.
it's Y to the right.
You're amazing. Now finish it off for me.
So just Y is second.
Right. So final answer. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Anybody have any issues? All right, here we go. 50. Handle the number. Go.
You do 40, 48 divided by 6 is equal 8. It'd be -8.
-8. I'm listening.
To the. Would it be 5?
Then what happens to the y's?
Z's on the bottom.
Yes. Yes. There you go. Come on, guys. All right. Dividing, you're subtracting. Dividing, you're subtracting. Handling the numbers like normal. All right, 54, 56. All right, let's go. Tell me what to do here. What do I do with the numbers?
Apply -12 by 2,
And that's
-6.
exactly -6. I like to highlight that so I know I've taken care of it. Uh-oh. Now, what do I have to do with the t's?
Switch to
So that's going to be
up T3 over T.
good job. Then what?
And then you can do U to the 5th down the bottom of U X. Because it's switch X to.
I'm happy with you. All right, so now my final answer would be
That'd be -6 and T to the 2nd
right.
and U to the 4th and X to the 9th to the bottom.
Come on, guys, we got this. Everybody's good with that? All right. Now help me out here. Taj, what do we notice about all of these?
They're all negative.
Right, so what do I do with the numerator?
You flip them.
And what does it happens?
That's well, on the bottom, it's M2, M5, and on the top it's M4, M3.
You're amazing.
Positive one.
Yeah. So the positive one doesn't really matter now, right?
Yeah, so that would just be M2 and M2 over M2.
You're amazing. All right, guys, listen, I was telling my kids these down here now. It's almost like these are algebra 2 problems, guys. So I made those a little bit too hard. I shouldn't have. So we can stop there. Okay, you guys with me? We can stop there. All right.
55, 57, 59.
Well, I did those with the other class, but I thought about it and I decided these are more like algebra 2 problems. So probably this down here was a little much. All right, I promise you when you get to your algebra 2 class, they're going to do the same thing we did right here. They're going to reteach this because it's for some reason hard. All right, so really, now I've been trying to teach you guys, look, over the weekend, I don't want you to do a whole lot of work, right? But if you're looking at yourself going, man, I don't 100% know, right? I'm not 100% sure. I'd like to get better. So when you get better, that's the weekend. All right, so if you're not sure, I have all of the odds and all of the evens now done, correct? And it's on a what? A single video now. All right, so go home and listen to the video. All right, if you're unsure about these. All right, how much time to the bell rings? We got 5 minutes then, right?